This is your strange and beautiful life. Hi, everybody, and welcome to This Is Your Strange and Beautiful Life. My name is Erica J. Schmidt, and on my podcast, I talk to people who may or may not have had the chance to transform their lives into spectacular TED Talks. And today, my guest is the hilarious and unconventional writer, digital nomad, YouTuber, slightly ironic personal growth expert, and workout queen, Jessica O'Reilly. Jessica brings us the truly singular perspective of someone who has lived and traveled all around the world. She has couch surfed in Afghanistan. She has checked out Medicines, Love Motels, very fun video on the Love Motels. And there is nowhere Jessica won't go, nothing she won't try. Her YouTube channel, Comfort Is For Wimps, dives deep into her life as a digital nomad. You will learn everything you need to know about how, instead of paying rent, you can babysit rich people's pets and perhaps live out of your car. Jessica also examines the disparities in the cost of living between countries and the systemic issues and injustice behind this. She often passes the mic to locals she meets along the way. And all through this, she owns her white privilege and rocks a splendid sense of humor. Jessica O'Reilly is very funny. On her Instagram, you can find laugh out loud zingers like, I don't fall in love. I audition people for the role of lesson I had to learn the hard way. Jessica and her content make for excellent compliments to your favorite Instagram relationship coaches. Jessica O'Reilly, welcome to This Is Your Strange and Beautiful Life. Thank you so much for coming. How are you doing?
Well, I'm great. Thank you. After that bio, I
Yeah. Yeah,
I was
you're
looking at my content and my stuff and I'm like, how do I explain what I do? And you've just done it for me. I'm just gonna take that
okay,
and use it
cool.
everywhere.
Well, I'm just gonna put my ukulele away because I'm sweating. That's all I ever talk about on the podcast is how much I'm sweating. Um,
Oh, sweating over there?
okay.
Thank you for the introduction.
Oh, you're welcome. And yeah, so right now Jessica is in Sydney, Australia. I'm in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Jessica, do you want to tell everybody how we met?
I would like you to.
Because you can't remember?
Yeah, not in detail.
Oh, okay. I remember. I have a good memory. We were in Varanasi in India at a guest house, the Benares guest house in Varanasi, and I don't know how long you'd been traveling. I was on a breakup trip and I had a place to stay in Delhi for like a few weeks and then I'd hit the road and I was doing great until I got to Varanasi and then I just like very confidently ate a thali that had like a tomato garnish on it. And I'm like, I've been in India for months. I'm fine. And then I was quite sick. And you weren't. You were just like rocking the lassies. And yeah, Varanasi, if people don't know, in India, it's along the river. It's very spiritual. People come there to die. There are for sure dead people in the river. There's burning people all over the place. It was very spiritual, very cleansing for me. And yeah, Jessica was like, yeah, I have a blog. And I'm like, were you a digital nomad at the time? It was 2015, 10
No,
years.
I
No.
definitely wasn't getting paid at that time to do.
Okay. Yeah. So you were just traveling, you think? Like, just like,
Yeah, I had this plan to write a book
I
around the
remember
comfort
that.
theme, but
Uh,
it never happened. But
it's not too late. And you were like couch surfing. You had gone couch surfing in all these like uncommon places to go couch surfing. I remember you couch surfed in Afghanistan and you just like
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't remember?
Yeah, no, I can remember. I can remember what I was doing. I remember, yeah, I was on that trip and I was like, my plan is to write a book and I wanted to I was 28 at the time, so I was looking to God, I'm 38 now, so that was 10 years ago. But I was looking to just meet other 28-year-olds around the world and I had this idea to write a book about like how we were very different but also very the same, like just compare different 28-year-olds in different parts of the world,
Mhm.
which is a great idea. I still might do that idea at 40, but
Yeah.
I didn't have the know-how and the savviness to write a book and collect the this strategic mind. I think I could do it now. But,
Yeah.
like all the things, like, it's not about the destination or the goal, it's about the journey, and your goal is meant to, like, redirect you and direct you, give you a path. You don't have to reach the actual goal. So it was
Yeah.
really good for that.
And
But I'm
you were writing your blog, and yeah, it sounds like you had a lot of content, and I've been following ever since. So I'm 10 years of loyalty right here.
It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thanks for coming on the show. And then, yeah, that brings me to a question about your motto, the title of your blog and your YouTube channel. Comfort is for wimps. And I'm a wimp, that's fine. Uh, but yeah, like, please tell us what you mean by this and how you came to this title. Like, I know for a lot of the This Is Your Strange and Beautiful Life listeners, we maybe like did a lot of personal growth, self-help, and then everybody knows like you can evolve outside of your comfort zone. But I'm just like, well, I'm all done evolving then, you know? Yeah, let us like, how did you come to this title and sort of this motto for your life? And what does it mean to you these days?
I feel like it's definitely evolved. The way that I came to it was like 2014. I was in um, England, living in London, and I just was I was writing, and I was looking for something to write about, and then I just was traveling a lot, and I found myself in this weird situation in Turkey where I went to a Turkish bath, and like I had no idea that I was gonna have to get naked, and like no one was gonna speak English, and I was by myself, and I was with all these locals, and in my mind I just kept being like, "Comfort is for wimps, comfort is for wimps, comfort is for wimps." And it was weird. It was just like this little mantra that I made up on the day, and then it was like, "That's a really good name for a blog." So, ended up naming my blog that, and then that kind of just gave me the direction for my writing, and from that, it just became a bit of a life philosophy and a kind of personal brand identity, and everything I've done since that has just kind of, like, been around that, like, my lifestyle evolves, and I'm always like, "Well, it's weird, but it's on brand, I guess." Like, like I'm nomadic, I haven't had a home for a few years, I do these weird things, and then so when I started the blog, I was just always looking for the opportunity to get outside my comfort zone, and then from that, I kind of, like, learnt all the benefits around it of personal growth. Confidence building was a huge thing, and I realized as I was doing it, like, yeah, I'm pushing myself outside my comfort zone, doing these things like going to Afghanistan, trying out naked yoga. I ended up doing a lot of, like, naked things, like naked
Oh,
dinners
okay.
and, a tantric sex class with my friend, and
How did that
that
go?
wasn't that sex. I think it was just tantric. I don't think it was
Yeah.
tantric. It was, like, tantric. No, there was no sex.
Mhm.
Um, but, yeah, it just kind of but then what I realized is, like, those things aren't the activities themselves aren't what make me uncomfortable, it's the interactions with other people. I realized that, like, my ability to interact. Like, I was always way inside my head when connecting with people, and just from doing these things, I've become so much better at people,
Okay.
socializing.
Right, like, it's one thing because I know you tried stand-up comedy too, and it's, like, one thing to go and be performative and be like, "Look at me," and then make a blog out of it. There's almost like, a bit of detachment that way, right? Because it's like, "Well, I'm doing this for content," but then the actual human contact during those activities, you can't actually hide behind your blog handle in that, like, these are real people you have to deal with.
That's so true, yeah. It was like I could do anything for content. Oh, yeah, it's for the blog. I'll just do it. It's for the blog. So that, like, helped drive it. But then when I kinda got there, I really realized it's about the lack of confidence I have in socializing with people, and that, like, that inspired me to when I realized that, I was like, "Well, I need to get better." So I did public speaking course, and from the public speaking course, that led to, the stand-up comedy. Because when I did that, people were like, "You sound like you're doing stand-up comedy," and I was like, "Oh, maybe I could try that."
It's so funny.
Right. So, yeah, it's just I really feel like Comfort is for Wimps is just it's the destination, which I don't even think I've reached yet, but, yeah, it's that thing about having a goal. Not about getting to the goal, it's just about having something to drive you, and that is
Mhm.
kind of the philosophy of Comfort is for Wimps.
Yeah, and it provides a pretty good structure. Like it just provides, then you just go out and do weird things. But I would never have guessed that you weren't confident. I mean, I was very unconfident in Varanasi when I met you, but you just seemed like ready to try anything, and I was like just dying of diarrhea, so I was less eager, and I just don't have the stamina for travel that you seem to have. But yeah, that so, like, just kind of I don't know, is it fake it till you make it? Like, do you feel inside I guess you probably feel more confident than when you were 28, but do you still, like, I don't know, do you wanna go hide in a closet sometimes, like, when there are too
Yeah.
many people?
Definitely. Yeah, I do have so much more confidence than I did 10 years ago,
Mhm,
and I really do put that down to the direction that Comfort is Wimps put me
mhm,
in. But I think, like, most people do develop confidence between the ages of 28 and 38 just through life. But I still, yeah, like, self-esteem issues, imposter syndrome, self-doubt, I go through it all. I just feel like through all the work I've done through Confidence for Wimps, but also just working in self help. Like my actual paid job for 5 years was working for a self help author. From that, I can kind of talk myself out of it, but it's just whatever happened to me in my childhood made me not very confident. But I've always been able to just portray myself as confident. And
right.
yeah, I'm not always. It's gotten
Okay,
better.
okay. Yeah, but I mean, a good lesson too, because everybody, we are not the way we are on social media. I don't know if anybody knew that. That's just, but right, like, and that I find that very fascinating with people who make their living out of presenting themselves a certain way, and it's like, yeah, like who's the real Jessica? Like, obviously very funny, but self-deprecating, all that out there in the world. But yeah, it's like so many facets, which we can talk about soon. But I had another question because, yeah, you have this unconventional lifestyle, and everybody can watch it on YouTube. Comfort is for Wimps on YouTube. But one of the parts I find very interesting about the channel is you compare all the costs of living of in different places around the world, and I think most of us can relate to one of the most painful expenses there is, especially if you live in like a big city like Toronto, New York, Sydney, Australia, I'm sure, is like rent. Like, right? Like every month you have to empty half your bank account just to afford a place to live. It's a little bit devastating. And then once you have maybe had a chance to not pay rent in your life, either through like couch surfing or plant sitting, like dog sitting, or like maybe you did like Jessica, you went to India for several months. It's like almost lucrative how much money you save on rent. Then you come back to like a bigger city and it's so painful. But can you tell us a little bit about how much money you've saved on rent? And then, like, also, you've mentioned like there are some social issues that arise, not so much from the pet sitting, but like when you go to you go to Colombia and you are renting a place like with um like your more potent currency, let's say from your home country. Yeah, so like tell us about rent, the problem of rent.
It's a big problem. Do you rent? Are you
Yes, I
in?
do, but I have a miracle. It's a miracle situation. I was,
Okay.
yeah, it was like a miracle. Yeah, I was in a house fire in 2019. I had another miracle house apartment in Montreal, and then I sublet, and I was like a nomad for like 6 or 7 months until I found this place, and it was, it's below market, let's say.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
God, that must make you feel good. It enrages me. So I was living with my ex for a few years, through COVID basically. And I wasn't paying rent with him. I was really, really lucky. He owned the apartment and was like, "You don't have to pay rent." I was like, "That's amazing." Like I was paying for groceries and other things. So
Yeah, fair
I can literally
arrangements.
yeah, it was a good arrangement. And
Mhm.
I cooked and I looked after him, that was a good
Money is
arrangement.
not the only currency in life and in a relationship.
Yes, I love that. I'm gonna use that line. So yeah, I was pretty privileged and lucky in that sense. And then we broke up, sadly. And I it was right when rent went up as well. And I looked at the rent prices and getting my own place. And I was like, I am not doing this. Like this should
Opt out.
I grew up my dad is super frugal. I kind of grew up with like a good sense of like not wanting to just spend money on things that aren't like worth something like value. I like to spend when there's good value.
Mhm.
And I was like, that I'm not going to get good value from this rent paying business. And I was a digital nomad, so I didn't have to be in one place. I could literally work from wherever. And obviously, I spent time with my family and friends for a little bit. And then I saw, I don't know how I came across it, but there's this website called Trusted House Sitters. So I signed up to that and realized that I can just look after people's animals. I'm doing it right now. I'm looking after two cats in the place that I'm at right now. And that was amazing. Like, I went and looked after animals in the UK, and I've looked after animals in the US, and I've looked after animals in different places in Australia. In between that, I just stay with my dad my both my parents have Airbnb spaces.
Okay.
So,
But they let
amazing.
you stay for free, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I get
good.
to stay with them. I
Yeah.
can't take the mickey. I can't, like, take advantage, but
Yeah.
they love having me around, so it's good.
Yeah, parents love having you around. Okay.
Yeah.
So so then the cost is like um the cost would be flights, right? And travel. Like
Yeah,
instead of rent,
exactly.
you pay for flights. But then usually like how long are the house sits? Do you have a minimum?
I like to do kind of a month, 2
Okay.
weeks sometimes, but no less than 2 weeks. It's just not
Okay.
worth it when you have to travel different places. And because I talk about it so much online, what I'm doing, like, people just know about it, like, you knew about it. The place that I'm staying at now, this is the house of the boyfriend of my osteopath.
Okay.
I
So
didn't even do it through the website.
you're like
So
a VIP house sitter. And is it paid work or usually it's like an exchange type thing?
it's an exchange, yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
yeah.
But you also were living in Colombia? Like, was that more like sometimes you go and travel and live like cheaply in
Yeah,
other countries or
just in the last 2 years, I've been between, Colombia and Australia.
okay.
And living there, I was paying for Airbnb prices. Even then, they're exceptionally higher than paying rent in Colombia, but they're still exceptionally lower than paying rent in Australia. So
Okay.
I could have my own studio space for about a third of what you'd pay for the same thing in Australia.
Yeah,
In
it's wild. I mean, things have changed since I was in India in 2015, but I was like not making a ton of money. I had money saved, but it was like lucrative to live in India. Like there was like rarely did I pay more than 6 Canadian dollars a day for the accommodations. I mean, they weren't all special, right? Like, there was, like that was when I did Comfort is for Wimps, but, like, yeah, it
yeah.
was just, like, so inexpensive. Probably it's changed now, but, um, yeah, so that is practical, but do you find, like, with logistics, do you ever feel like you're bombarded with, like, "Where am I gonna stay next?" Like, is it hard to live your life when you don't know, like, how far ahead have you planned? Like
I prefer to kinda know a few months ahead. Like in Colombia, I'm like, "Okay, I'm here for 4 months." So I just stay in the same place for 4 months.
Yeah.
But then I've come back here and I just like my life is a little bit chaotic in the like I never know where I'm gonna be in 6 months' time at
Okay.
the moment. And I probably should now. I'm 38, but I just can't seem to settle down because I'm like, do I want to pay rent? I want to make. So, yeah, I kind of know like at least 2 months ahead. At the moment, I've got like this place for a month. Then I've got a month where I'll probably go stay with my parents or go see my auntie. And then I've got a month in the Blue Mountains, which is an area here, looking after 2 dogs. And then I don't know what I'm doing after that. I might go back to Colombia after that because I still have a visa there, but it all depends on my work and like income and
Oh, yeah,
I
'cause,
don't know. I think I'm okay with the chaos.
visa, you're okay with the chaos. Yeah. Okay, and then, like, what is maybe some people don't know. I don't know how they don't know, but what can like, so you're a digital nomad, you have location independent lifestyle. Can you tell people what that is and what it looks like for you? Like, what is
Yeah. So I actually don't have the amazing digital nomad job that I had for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That ended a month ago. I was
Oh,
working for the author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Mark Manson. Um,
yeah.
a good friend of mine, like, ended it was me and the role just kind of grew apart. I kind of just became a bit redundant because I'm a generalist and he really needed a social media someone who lives and breathes social media, and we just agreed, like, it's
Yeah,
not the
that's
right
draining. Yeah.
Yeah. So he needed something that I couldn't deliver on anymore. And so that's what I but so when I did have that job, it was just I could be anywhere in the world. He didn't care about time zones. He was like, "Just get the job done. I don't care when, where, how you do it, just do it." And I was like, "This is
Mhm.
the most perfect job for me." And
Wow.
so now I really, really don't want to get a job where I have to go into the office, but then I kind of do because I'm like, well, that could give me some routine that I probably need. But do I need that, or am I just following like societal norms? Should I just keep doing what feels right to me? But am I happy?
Oh,
Can I
no.
do?
Well, I think that going to the office every day, I have a 95% work from home job.
Right. Tell me.
Happy. I'm so happy.
What do you
Uh,
do?
I'm a translator, French to English
Wow.
translator in healthcare.
Oh, amazing.
And yeah, no, I was like lucky, lucky duck. Yeah, I mean, going to the office, yeah, this is a big debate. And also, what do you want what do you like, what do you want your life to look like? How do you know that you really want your life to look like that? Like, maybe you're just like, oh, I want to be, maybe you have like your identity is like really based in this going all over the world thing. Or maybe that is really authentic to you. Or maybe you do want to go to the office.
No, for content. I'd go to the office and I'd just be like, well, I need to like make some content out of this. I'm not just doing it for no reason. Like I have to do it. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like, so now I've got to make a thing of it. Like, what's the YouTube video? So, but I always said, whenever anyone asked me, like, if you weren't working for Mark Manson, what would you be doing? I said I'd go all in on my YouTube channel because that's
Yeah.
a side hustle project. And now I feel like the universe is like, okay, Jess, good luck. I'm like, and the last like months where I've been out of this job, I've just been like, this is why I'm kind of talking so strongly about self doubt and imposter syndrome. It's very fresh at the moment because I've lost my job and I'm having to like work things out. I'm like, am I smart enough? Can I do this? How do I streamline, get my niche and my strategy like strong so that I can actually make money off this thing
Yeah.
properly?
And
That's what
and
I
s did you feel like sort of like you did an interesting video about like, I lost my job, but because of my privilege, I can call it a sabbatical. It's funny.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I had this experience where I thought that this job I had before the one I have now, I thought, "Oh, this is just it's not creative. This is not my destiny. I should get laid off and then write books and then I'll launch a podcast and that'll be it." And I'll never you never work another day in my life. And I was flat out. I just I had I was it was so much pressure and I was so depressed. I felt kind of like I hadn't expected to get laid off so soon and I felt rejected. I lost all my sense of routine, and I did start the podcast and stuff, and I learned how to do the software and things like this, but I was crying. So I don't know, what is your experience of, like, are you like, is there, like, a match under your, oh, yeah, that's so graphic. A match under your ass is rude. Uh, but are you like, "Here I go," or are you, like, invigorated? Or are you sort of, like, kind of
I'm up
taking
and
stock?
down. I'm up and down. I think
Yeah.
you and I could probably really empathize with each other in this,
Mhm.
by the sounds of it. Like some days I'm like, yes, I can do this. I've got my strategy. I know what my direction is, and I'm really excited. And I get wind,
Mhm.
and then yeah, like a couple of days later, I'm like, this is so hard. I can't do it. I suck. I have to get a real job. What am I doing with my life? I don't
Oh,
have
no.
a job or a house or a family or family, but I don't have like kids or a partner or
Like, there's not enough variables that are, like, set, right? There's nothing that's, for sure. It's like there's too much possibility almost. It's like,
that's probably it. Yeah, there's so much uncertainty on my life. At least when I had the job, I had an anchor.
yeah,
I don't think I have that anchor at the moment, but it's okay. Like it is still, I feel like Confidence Wimps is is still always in my mind, and that's probably the strength of creating that is like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable, but this is like, like I think that things get. I often hear that things often get really hard before they get easier. Like you have to go through this. It's a lonely process, content creation and creativity and having dreams like mine and sounds like yours. It's very lonely. Like you're doing it by yourself. But so I have to remind myself like this is normal. It's not just I'm the only one feeling like this. Every entrepreneur, content creator has gone through this self-doubt phase,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, and I don't know if people realize, like, I it's so much work. Like, making videos and audio, like, anything, I mean, writing a book, it's just so much work, and putting anything out on the internet, people are just like, "Ugh." They're like, maybe they'll like it, but it's like, I'm talking, like, days. Like, these episodes take me days, and, like, nobody, I don't think people realize that, right? And you've been doing it for years fairly consistently, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it is just like it's an active, like, service. I mean, there's some people out there you're like, "Okay, well, it doesn't feel like service for me, but it's probably helping." So, like, it's an active, no, I think it is an active, all, no matter the quality, it's like it is an act of courage to put yourself out there, right? And I think that it's vulnerable, you're putting out vulnerable content, and yeah, like, at a certain point, you're like, "I wanna be received," I think. I mean, that's how I felt, and now that I have the job and I'm, like, I feel a little less pressure, so I'm just kinda doing whatever I want and, like, a little less perfectionistic maybe, but yeah, that time, I mean, this is new. It's interesting because gonna be 40, but I think, like, we're the same age, like, because 'cause you're 38 now, so the same, this happened, I lost my job at that age too, and it was, like, all this existential stuff,
Right.
right? Yeah. So
Same.
you're doing some house sitting, you got some gigs lined up, and I guess, like, you don't travel that quickly, like, it's not like you're backpacking, like, people do in their 20s, but do you find, like, traveling is very tiring and, like, flying, I don't know, I just feel so tired after, I mean, I just think I'm tired, but, like, yeah, just you've got jet lag, like, you just don't have control over the food and the coffee that's available, like, you're mentioning routines, but it's like your routine's always changing, so, like, how do you stay sort of healthy and not, like, totally washed out when you're on the road, or, like, without, like, as a location independent person?
I kind of mastered it, I guess. I think having money helps. Like
Right.
the job I had was a professional job, and I was getting paid well. And I've been for exercise, for example. I've been That's a habit that's just completely ingrained in me, and I can always find a gym, a workout space. I can do it in my apartment if I need to. So that discipline is just kind of that's a habit that I've got. So I'm lucky in that sense. Eating eating well, my lifestyle between Colombia and Sydney, I find it easier to eat in Colombia because I have my own space. I can go down to the markets, I can cook. But then when I come back to Australia and I'm kind of bouncing between my brother's house, they have 3 children and they kind of buy supermarket food, and they are not looking at costs. They're just like convenience. So I find that, like, when I stay with them, sometimes I stay with them for extended periods of time, and the deal is like you're a live-in nanny. So instead of cats or dogs, it's like you're looking after kids, and you can yeah, it's not just me, it's like the parents are there too, obviously, but it's
Mhm.
like I have to be very present. So it gets chaotic, but generally I've gotten to the rhythm, I guess. You do get tired, but again, with the being a digital nomad and being able to control your own time, I can just sleep for that Monday or Tuesday and then work the following weekend or whatever, you can just work it out. I think that doing over like anything, the more you do it, the more you just like hone down on the skills and you're just kind of okay with it. I think my mental health is okay. Like, I don't think it's any worse than anyone else's. It's not great, but like, whose mental health is great?
Like
I
6
know
out
some
of
people.
10 maybe? That's pretty good. Like 6 to 7.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
7 on a normal day. Sometimes it's 9, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 2. It
yeah.
just bounces around. I just
Okay.
think, the more you do something, the more you learn the tricks and the hacks.
Do you do the thing, like, when you get somewhere new, I've heard of people, like, working out as soon as they get there, or does that make sense if it's the morning? No.
Not to me, no. I've heard
No.
that too. I'm like, I
Gross.
don't yeah, gross. Who wants to do that? I'm happy to take, like, 3, 4 days off if I need to.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not gonna, um, lose everything that I've built over 20, 30 years of exercise from having 4 days off. Like, it's
Mhm.
okay. I can even go a week or 2 if I really needed to and get back
Yeah.
into it when I can.
Yeah. I mean, and jet lag sleep is, I mean, it's a little chaotic, but, like, I don't know, I remember when I first arrived in India and I just slept for, like, 14 hours, and it's just like, this never happens to me in real life. It's, 5:30 AM, so that could be good. Do you have any tips for jet lag?
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely actually mastered the jet lag game. I completely skipped it coming back from LA. It's more difficult going to the
The other
US.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, than coming here, but, like, when I'm in the US, in California is where I usually am, and it's legal have to get, like, cannabis products.
It's legal in
So
Montreal too. I think we
yeah,
were first to the party.
oh, of course.
Yeah.
Like, you have dispensaries and you
Yeah,
go in there and
gummies. But I
oh.
don't do drugs because 'cause I'm a wimp, but but you can, yeah.
Well, I only really do them for strategy.
Mhm.
So you can, like, get sleepy ones, and when I come back from LA, I just, like, have it before I get on the plane at the right time so that I, like, sleep at the right time, and it just, like you get on the plane, you just feel all warm and fuzzy, and sitting in economy normally feels like hell, but, like, when you've got a gummy in your tummy, you're just a little bit, like, oh, warm and fuzzy, and, like, the food is amazing, and you sleep pretty well because they're sleepy ones. That's kinda my hack. Um, but then also, from Colombia, I flew more than 24 hours, and I just stayed awake the night before I left at 6 AM, but didn't sleep, was able to sleep at the right times of just getting to over 24 hours getting to Australia's sleeping rhythm. That's my hack. Just know your
Okay.
sleeping rhythm. Gummies,
Yeah.
follow the schedule of the destination you're going for, like, the couple of days before.
And then also, like, packing a bag is easy peasy for you, like, just throwing your stuff in a suitcase, or do you agonize over, like, "Oh, do I need, like, this face cream?" I mean, for me, it's just the hair products is like, do you agonize at all? Like, or you're just, like, easy peasy by now?
I think I'm pretty easy peasy, yeah. I've got, like when I'm in Australia, I have my car. I've kept my car all these years of not being here, I just keep my car. And
Mhm.
I have, like, very neatly stacked drawers and compartments so when I move from one house sit to another, I just, like, pack that all in my car really neatly. And then when I go overseas, all of that stuff goes into storage, but I know what stuff comes from which box and neatly packs into the bag. It's kinda like Yeah, it's a travel system I have that I didn't even realize I had until you asked me that question.
I think
So I don't
that
stress, yeah.
that would be not a bad video. People love to look at other people's drawers, right? I think, like, packing cubes, it's a whole, like, optimize situation. Um, yeah, okay, you're good at this. Yeah, I fell out of the habit of traveling, and I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna start again. I did a little bit, but not mostly just travel to see my family in Ontario. Do you know what Ontario is? Yeah. No, it's the province. Okay, yeah, so it's just, like, 3 hours on the train, and I'm like, yeah, washed out when I get back. But I don't know, I feel like after the house fire, I got just excessively attached to my routines and being close to home. It's just hard for me to get out of the house.
Yeah, so you had a house fire, you lost your stuff?
A lot of it. I'm wearing a mini skirt that I saved. I didn't have a lot of like, I was a minimalist before, but I just, I it wasn't like a like, everything most things were smoke damaged and water damaged, like, it wasn't like everything went up in flames. The downstairs, yes, I was on the 2nd floor, but it was just, like, a lot of stuff that I mean, that was okay. For me, it was really the miracle apartment that was, like, good rent, great neighborhood, and I was like, "Where am I gonna
Right.
find this again?" Like, that was the big loss, but I'm a little weird with stuff, I would say, but it's been I don't know, how long? 6 years, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but for mishaps, a fire is not the worst mishap, you know what I mean? I'd rather that than a lot of things that could happen.
Yeah.
There's been a few podcast guests have had fires. So,
Really?
yeah, we're fire twins, yeah, Kathy Kennedy and Daniel Island Allen Cox, the author, and, yeah, especially Kathy Kennedy, she was just, like, bliss afterwards. People are so nice to you. They're so nice after a house fire.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's something
and
humans can really empathize with though, just losing your stuff. Like it's something we all have and we all feel that attachment and the pain of having to replace some things, the like the inconvenience pain and then the emotional pain of not being able to replace some things. It's
yeah.
heavy if you really think about it.
Yeah, and then, like yeah, and then there's, like, weird things, I would never have expected to get, like, attached to things, but now I have, like, a small flamingo collection, like, I'm really into flamingos, I have 3 of these except one crashed, it broke, and then I just, like, have flamingos in my apartment, which is so cheesy, but, like, I was never like, I would just say, "No, I don't need that," but now it's, like, flamingos, sunglasses, also, I'm hoarding sunglasses, and then, like, I've always had a hard time, like, giving away deleting digital clutter. I find, like, have a lot of I won't delete emails, I have all these photos, so but, yeah, I'd love to see, like, a breakdown of your stuff on the interwebs. I think that would be an
Mm.
interesting I don't know, even just a sneak peek would be fun.
Maybe I'll
Um
put that on, like, Instagram-y stuff. I'm just trying to really strategize my YouTube at the moment since
Mhm.
losing my job and the universe saying, "Alright, good luck."
Yeah,
I'm I'm like, my YouTube is not making a lot of sense in terms of, like, what the niche is.
I know I mean, I don't know that for you, but, yeah, it's hard to know, niches are so important, but I have so many interests and, like, different people I wanna talk to, and, like, you're in different places in the world, the content opportunities are different. Like, it's just hard to get, like, a certain angle, and I guess it's very important. People are telling me that an angle is important, and I'm like, if you scroll down my Instagram, it's like, I had a tie-dye company, like, I made tie-dye for children, and, I mean, I made, like, $20, and then I had a cleaning company, and it's just, like, the niches are I mean, this is yeah, why I have a day job, I guess, but yeah, so do you have any ideas, or you're just in early stages of planning this, right? So
No, well, that's what I've been spending the last month on, and I
yeah,
just came up to it's kinda come it's kind of it has kind of come full circle back to Comfort is for Wimps.
mhm,
So, um, I went through all my old blogs and I was like, "This is actually pretty funny and interesting content. I
Yeah.
should just go back and turn each of these old blog posts into videos. It's completely on brand with Comfort is for Wimps. That is the brand of my YouTube channel. So that's what I'm going to work on now, is like repackaging all that stuff. But like, you did my bio. I was so impressed with how you did my bio, because you kind of it's all over the place. I do a lot of stuff, and that's a great example of why I'm struggling. But like, I still be myself and have my personal interests on Instagram. That's
Okay.
the thing that can change. But YouTube really if I'm going to take that seriously and want to monetize it, that has to be quite strong, because the YouTube algorithms need to know what audience to serve it
Right.
to
Yeah.
build growth.
Yeah, as opposed to, like, yeah, maybe with something right, like, for me, it's like I'll have, like, a few comedians, and then I'll have, like, storyteller that I just have whoever comes up, right? But, like, that makes sense. The more niche, the better. But, yeah, that's a great idea, because also there's something about, like, if you've done a lot of writing, and I think you have, like, a modest audience, right? But sometimes it's, like, especially when it's something so personal, it just feels like you just want people to consume it, right? Like, if you're gonna put yourself out there like that, at a certain point, it's like, you want people to get to people. So we're marketing now. Okay. Well, I hope that you get at least, like, 5 new listeners. No, you're gonna get hundreds and thousands of listeners from This Is Your Strange and Beautiful Life, so it all starts
So
here. Yeah.
you have a good niche. Even if you talk to people who are doing different things, as
Yeah.
long as they're strange and beautiful lives,
Yeah,
you've
it's
got.
like but you have a very good example, because it is strange and beautiful. It's like it's so unique, right? And so, yeah, like we have different oh, there's your cat friend. Everybody who's listening, there's a cat, an orange cat in the back
Yeah.
speaking of all over the place. Um, but what about like relationships when you're a digital nomad and not in the same place like for very long periods of time? How do you form relationships, like friendships and also like romance?
Romance. Oh God, romance. Oh my God, this no, it's hard. Well, it's not actually hard. Well, it is hard. I fell in love in Colombia, and I'm
Oh,
just trying to get over that. It's making me nervous talking about it. So you're gonna see this? No, it's fine. Um, yeah, relationships. It's it's one of the things that's playing on my mind, because I want a family, because I'm 38. Frozen my eggs,
oh, good for
and
you.
thanks. But I just want to keep doing my thing, which kind of requires me to keep moving and staying outside my comfort zone. And if I want to turn this if I want to make money from what I'm doing, I need to continue to do it. But it's not really conducive to meeting someone stable and settling down. I have my friends here, like in terms of friendships, relationships, family, friends. Sydney, Australia is kind of my base, or Australia. But
Mm.
then, yeah, in Colombia, I fell in love. I made really good friends. That's kind of heartbreaking. I've got friends in the UK from when I lived over there. It's lovely to have like a worldly group of connections, a global network of people who are close to you. But the romance and love thing is difficult, because yeah, I'm leaving someone behind in Colombia, and then I'm like trying to get over that and trying to focus on, oh, we'll try and meet someone new here. But then, do I really want to settle here in Sydney, because like my career might take me somewhere else? It is difficult.
And
And
would you want somebody who wants the same lifestyle as you? Like somebody else who's just like got their little cubes in their car and then they fly across the world for you, and who knows, they could maybe not be a content creator, but lots of jobs are independent. Maybe they translate for healthcare. Like,
I don't think I want someone like me.
okay.
I don't think I would find someone who lived out of their car that attractive, you know? Yeah,
Yeah,
just
opposites attract. Yeah.
I don't want to
Okay.
date myself. Um, but there are people with different lifestyles. And also, like, if I'd stayed in Colombia with this guy, like, that's an adventure. To be living in Colombia as an Australian, that's conducive to
Mhm.
comfort zone exploring, extending content. So, that sort of thing is I'm open to. My ex traveled a lot for work, so I was kind of jumping on trips with him. So there are people with different lifestyles that are conducive. But I also like I would like that anchor. If I don't have a job to anchor me, I would also a partner to anchor me would be good. And I am willing to make that sort of sacrifice. It's just in my mind I'm like, oh, I'm scared of it. But I would I would settle down if I found the right person. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a very on point listener question for this very issue. But so you have a global community of friends. You find that you get lonely, or it's like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah. I feel
oh,
lonely.
oh,
Um, Even being back in Australia, because things change. Like I've been living between Colombia and Sydney, and things change. Like all my friends are now in relationships, so they're less available, and
yeah,
I'm comparing myself to that. And the people in my life that bring me the most joy are my nieces and nephews. So I'm always like homesick, missing them if I'm somewhere else. Um, yeah, it's a lonely experience, which is why I'd also like to meet someone to share it with.
yeah, yeah,
Someone, yeah, I would settle down for someone. I would move across the world for someone. It's just meeting
yeah.
that someone is difficult.
But did you move across the world for the Columbia person, or you just met him and then
I met
you're
him over
you're
there.
already there? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I kind of went back because he was a big reason for going back, but it's all kind of fallen apart. But it's
yeah,
okay. Fine.
yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
are both fans of Jillian Turecki from
Oh yeah.
Instagram, Jillian on Love. I think you listen to her. Anyways, yeah, she helped me with my heartbreak, but now I have a new boyfriend.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's
How
cute. Yeah,
how
cute, cute.
fresh.
6 months. So
Oh,
actually the longest relationship I've had in my 30s. So yeah, anyways. No, it's sweet. Yeah. But like we
amazing.
probably have a bit of an unconventional relationship in some ways, but yeah, like we don't
Great,
want to live together. Like we just like, yeah, we want to enjoy the time we have together and then go do our own thing kind of thing. But
great.
yeah, romance. But yeah, I had a doozy the year before when I was
Yeah.
38. Lost my job, had a doozy relationship. It was so sad. It's so sad to me to like lose people. Awful. I don't I don't
Yeah.
recommend.
So I'm going through the same thing as you. It's
Yeah,
a lot.
and so then I'm only a year or two ahead. So then you'll just get this like beautiful job and or you'll something beautiful will happen, a beautiful relationship, and then yeah, just a year or two. I remember like just being like, yeah, just like fried and sad out for dinner with a friend who's like maybe 50 in her early 50s, and she's like, "How old are you?" I was like 38. She's like, "It's the worst age." But don't internalize that. But it's just like a very like, what am I doing? But I'm glad you froze your eggs. That's very proactive. That's really good, good, good. Yeah. So Jessica Baby's coming. And yeah, the last question before the riveting listener question is you have incredibly funny content, also self-deprecating. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about this before. Like, it's performative, but I get the sense that maybe you are torn a bit between the world of like personal growth, excellent choices, like whatever Mark Manson says in his books. Well, he's not too self help. He's like palatable, like balanced self help. There's a lot of self forgiveness as well. Um, but then, yeah, excellent choices. But then on the other hand, it's kind of like, life is hard, right? And maybe just a little bit messy in our brains. And maybe, all the people on social media who are like doing their cold plunges and morning routines and just rocking out. Like, if they were really honest, like, that's not really what their lives are like. And they're crying in the bathrooms at family gatherings. So, how do you honor and balance these two facets of yourself? Or
Like my
many
social
facets
media.
of yourself. Like, just, like, the sort of self-helpy personal growth and then, like, um, I don't know, just, like, messy self-deprecating, like yeah, and, like, how do you not be too self-deprecating as well, too?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think. humor is such a good tool for content creation and for helping you be real. Like, um, and over the years, I've had most people say that what they like the most about my content is that it's honest and real and vulnerable, and like I'm saying things that most people just wouldn't say, which is
That they're
nice.
thinking.
Yeah, it's what
Yeah.
they're thinking, and it's relatable. So, and that comes naturally to me for whatever reason, but I don't ever just want to like say it. I don't just want to be like I can't be too serious. There's something in my blood that's like, if I'm going to be this vulnerable, I at least have to make a bit of a joke about it. Like the self-awareness that comes with instilling humor into being vulnerable,
Mhm.
it enhances whatever I'm saying. So that's kind of how I balance the vulnerability with like that's where the self-deprecation comes from in that vulnerability. It's like
Yeah.
I'm being open and honest and raw, and I know I sound like a little bit whingy sometimes, but at least I know that. Like I know that. And here's the joke so that I know that I'm not just, being a victim on social media. I know I'm being a victim.
Yeah. Well, it's a treat. It's very funny. I sent my friend the one about the friend relationship as content for your friends, and she was like, "Yeah, that's because we have the pizza night every Friday talking about routines." And, yeah, so anyways, are you ready for the listener question?
Yeah. Let's
Okay. Um, dear here we go. Dear Jessica and Erica, I've been a digital nomad for almost a year now, and I totally love it. In general, I've tried to stay away from serious relationships that could cost me my freedom. However, I recently met a local during my travels, and suddenly I'm head over heels in love. I've never managed to connect with someone like this, and it feels awesome. We've been hanging out for 4 weeks now, which is way longer than I tend to stay somewhere. Now, the tricky part is that I want to continue my nomadic lifestyle, whereas she wants to stay where she is. She doesn't have the kind of life that lets her travel for much longer than a couple weeks at a time, barely a couple of times per year, and never without tons of planning. She has a job that isn't mobile, a house, and even a dog. Oh, that's nice. I get that this is what a lot of people want in their lives, but it's not what I want, at least not right now. I consider staying a bit longer, but honestly, I don't really like her city. It's her I love. I don't know how to navigate my love for her with my dream of living a location independent lifestyle. I'm worried I'm just a selfish, avoidant jerk with a closed heart. Do you have any experience with this? Should I extend my stay and see what happens? What do you think I should do? Love, do I LTR or do I bounce?
Well, I have a strong opinion on this. Do
Okay,
you want me to answer it? Do
I
you
want
have
you to go first. I feel like you have the most lived experience here.
Well, I mean, and it's a personal experience. There's a personal point of view. I think everybody's different, but what I believe from my life experience and watching other people make mistakes and regret things, I have plenty of regrets from my love life, and I think that love connection, real connection, is actually very rare to find. It's very hard to find and replace, and I would recommend holding on to it and working for it when you find it. If you love someone, like, you don't just let it go. If you really love someone and you have a real connection, you don't just let it go because you might not find it again. And I think that you can love someone and also compromise. It's like relationships are all about compromise. So yeah, she has this lifestyle that's completely opposite to what he wants, but they can work on adapting it. But the only way that you can adapt it and compromise is if he's got to be the one at the moment. He in the relationship, there's always someone who gives a little bit more, and then it will change, and then sometimes equal, and then it'll go this way. Like in a real relationship, you have to it's unbalanced sometimes. Sounds like at this point he's the one that needs to be giving up more, compromising more, but then that will shift. And if they are in love and they do have a real connection, that'll get easier and easier, especially if he does it now. Like he'll learn a lot about um, making a commitment. And there's actually a lot of freedom in making a commitment. So he has so much access to the world, so much freedom, but also that's a lot of choice, and too much choice it flips it. Suddenly it's not freedom because there's too much choice. But when you do like lock down and commit to something, there's a sense of freedom in that because you have parameters to work with. That's what I believe, but everybody's different.
There's a lot of anxiety in having all kinds of choices, I find, and being like, "Is this the right person? Is it like, should I try and find somebody else? Like, what is this like?" And it's like, if you just kinda go for it, like, what a relief, right? If you just go for it, but you also need to make a choice that you're not waffling over. My thing, though, is just, like, 4 weeks. Is 4 weeks enough time to fall in love? Because one time I tried to fall in love in less. Oh, actually, I moved for love after 3 weeks. No, yeah, like a month doing and we lived happily ever after for 3.5 years, and I was 25. So I'm wondering also with, like, how we don't know how old this person is. I don't know if that would be maybe it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I don't think it makes a difference. I think if you did that after 3 weeks, a month, you can easily fall in love in 4
Yeah,
weeks.
it's enough time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, my only thing is, like, I guess it's just, like, the hormones and like, it's just early days. That's it. But what is he actually giving up? Because he like, it's not like he's leaving a home, he's just trying something. How bad is the place? I have also though, the reason I moved back was that I didn't like where my ex lived. I didn't I didn't make a home there. I didn't like, I loved him. I loved the dog, actually. The dog is a great thing to have in a relationship. But I never like, I didn't get employment I liked. I couldn't find my people, and I just went back to Montreal and was back to being the best of friends with the people I was I just it was Montreal's a better fit for me.
Mm.
So there's that. That can always happen, but I think maybe it's true that you might regret it. My friend if you don't, like, my friend Sherwin says it's always a good idea to fall in love. Like, do you agree?
Yeah, I do. I think it's risky, but high risk, high reward.
Yeah. And you can still travel because then they can travel and he can go away and come back. You guys can miss each other, like, especially in an early relationship, it's so immersive sometimes, and that would be healthy for you to have time away. Um,
Totally. He doesn't
but
have to just be like, okay, I choose you, staying here, moving here, living here. He can like
get a
over the next
job.
12 months, he doesn't have
Yeah.
to get a job. He's a digital nomad still. So over the
Yeah.
next 12 months, you can come and go and love her from a distance.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Yeah, will help you not lose yourself. Okay, well, you're very clear on this. This is like and I feel like you are an expert. So,
Well, it's a personal opinion. I'm projecting a little bit probably as well because of my experiences. But I really believe that it's hard to find real connection.
mm,
Real connection. Like you can fall and think that you have connection with chemistry. That can trick you.
yeah,
But if it's
that's my only concern is if chemistry is tricking him and if also, like well, I guess 4 weeks, but, like, sometimes just knowing that you were gonna leave anyways might have, like, helped the chemistry, right? But
yeah.
maybe extend your stay for 3 weeks, and it might become very clear either way, right? Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that it's worth exploring more at least. You might work out that it was just chemistry. But if it's real connection, I feel like you kind of know with real connection. If you
Yeah,
really think about it, maybe that's just my life experience now.
with real connection. I'm trying to think, I mean, yeah, I felt like I've told this story too many times in the podcast, but it's just like I felt like 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 my first real relationship at my 30s. I was like, this is it. I've like I've like found it's like I made a vision board and here he is, and like and he was like a lovely person. We're not just not compatible.
Oh,
And like it's just so devastating. And
your
anyways, it's
heartbreak.
just
That was your
pardon
big
me?
heart. That was your
Yeah,
big heartbreak.
that was the breakup, yeah, a couple, when I was 38, and it's like, yeah, I thought I knew, so it's just like, I don't know, I'm always like, nothing is certain but uncertainty. I'm just like, I don't know, but yeah, just, I hope that you're listening to the podcast because you got a really good answer from Jessica, and, yeah, I just don't think the stakes are that high for you to stay a couple more weeks, a couple more months. It's just like it's not that big a deal. Or you could just, like, go away for a few weeks and just plan on coming back. Like, that's another compromise, but plan to come back for sure.
Yeah, it's
And
worth
it
exploring.
and you don't have to, like, LTR, like, you don't have to make a baby or get like, it's still a step-by-step thing, like, don't do anything drastic and permanent for the first year or so, or 6 months at least, but
Yeah. I love
well,
your friend's quote, "Love is always worth."
it's always worth falling in love, yeah.
But yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
yeah,
"I used to so bad." He's like, "It's always." I was like, "I was so stupid." She's like, "No, it's worth it." Yeah.
totally. That's it. That's the summary answer to this question, to this
Yeah,
listener's question.
yeah,
It's always
and
always
it's
always.
just like you can travel and see temples and see like, you know, the world's gonna be there, right? And you can bring her and yeah, yeah, see. I liked what you said about choices. It is liberating to make a choice. I think maybe there is sort of like a single lifestyle that you can kind of fall into where you're just like, I don't need anybody. I want to be free, free, free. And there's a time for that, I guess. Sometimes though, when you are like that, then all of a sudden someone comes along. It's just like that just like there's often just a change of plans. Like it's just a lot of life is a lot of changes in plans.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, and embrace them if they're good. If it's a good thing, like work to try it. It's all life experience. Even if it just completely flops and the relationship doesn't succeed, he'll learn things about himself. Every relationship is worth getting into just to like grow. Like you think about the relationships you've had in the past, every one is a lesson of self growth, self awareness, learning about other people, about yourself. So,
A gift. Relationships are gifts, actually. Like, it's like a gift you don't always get. And this is coming from someone who did not get a relationship for a very long time in my 30s. So I'm just like, it's okay to be single and free, but like, yeah, connections are, that's kind of what it's all about. So that's
oh,
great.
you're
Yeah.
welcome.
Okay, so Jessica, I think we covered routines in your life. I don't know. Did you have any routines that you'd like to share with people? Like sometimes we do morning routines, cleaning routines. But if you have any.
I mean, my life is not very routine. Is the problem with that question. So,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you are the workout. You always do the workouts. Like,
yeah, that's one thing that I've just become good at over the years. Like that's an inbuilt habit from doing it for so long. But my recommendation on that, because I know that exercise and staying healthy and fit is something that a lot of people find challenging, is just do something that you enjoy. Like I go to the gym and I work out because I'm I'm naturally strong. I say this and people are like, "Yeah, all right, Jess, get over yourself." I'm like, "No, but it's facts. Like genetically, my muscles are really strong, so like working out is comes easy and natural to me. But like catching a ball and playing sport and having any sort of coordination doesn't. So I would never do that. So like
tennis, hockey, no.
like,
Yeah.
just do just do what you're good at, because you're only going to keep doing it if you enjoy it. And then also sometimes you can get into gym and exercise, like working out weights, and not be that good at it. But if you just push through it, then you do become good at it. You like, and then you'll enjoy it. So there's also that. So it's finding the enjoyment. To stick to a routine, you just have to find the enjoyment in it, like make it fun somehow.
Yeah. I mean, I love exercise. I hope there's exercise in the afterlife, but like I can't but some people just don't like it. But yeah, start small but it also is rewarding to get better at something. So, and if you keep trying, lifting things off of the ground and putting them back down with good technique, you will get better at it. And then you'll be like Jessica. Yeah, strong. Yeah. If you could transform and distill your life into a spectacular TED Talk, what would the title and topic be?
Oh, you really challenged me with this question. Um, I don't know if this is perfect, but this is what I came up with. I would do I would do a TED Talk called "An Unseriously Sincere Guide to Feeling Different."
Unseriously sincere guide to feeling different. That's good. I would say that's you, actually. Unseriously sincere. I think that was what I was trying to get at early. Like, yeah, it's like the funny, not serious, but like heartfelt kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what
you
I think.
just talk about like lifestyle or just like quirky, getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I think it would kind of encompass everything that I've done in terms of Comfort is for Wimps, but going back to like self-reflect on what brought me there, which was I've always felt a bit different, and my life is very different to social norms. And I guess it would kind of be against like challenging social norms and being like, yeah, this is okay for some people, but a lot of the people who do follow these social norms are miserable because they're not happy doing what society expects of us. So if you feel different and you feel compelled to do different things, just do it like this. You can get away with it and don't ever apologize for it. Um, those societal norms were built for some people, not everybody.
Yeah, and not for a lot of people. A lot of people are so tired and miserable. So, yeah, they need to like travel the world and fall in love. Yeah, just go to the park and try the monkey bars. Can you do a chin up? Can you do a pull up? I bet you can do one. I can't do it.
I can do one. One.
Okay. We should like do a bonus stretching routine. Jessica's very good at stretching.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. So, anyways, well, the fitness that I would like to do a pull up in my 40s, but yeah. Okay.
Do it. If you like
Sincerely,
exercise,
yeah, unseriously sincere pull ups. Um, but that's great. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. Where can people find you? Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners?
um, no, nothing else to share except please go and have a look at my YouTube channel and maybe subscribe or whatever.
Yeah,
But
like, subscribe, smash the like button. Comfort is for wimps. And then on Instagram, is that personal or people can follow you on Instagram?
yeah, people can follow me there too. Same thing. Comfort is for
Comfort
Wimps.
is for wimps. Okay, we'll look to that. And we'll look forward to your book deal, honestly. We'll look forward to that. Um,
Me too. You mentioned you want to write a book too, right?
yeah, well, I have a couple, but I have to market. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I have some novels, but yeah, I'm working. Actually, everybody, this is big news because Erica has a lot of writer's block, but I'm excavating a book that's taken me like over a decade, a really long time. And I finished the second draft last year. And then I was like, "Ugh, good enough." But I'm going to do another round of edits. So everybody, it's never too late to finish your projects. No. Yeah.
Nope.
And it's always a good idea to fall in love. And this is the wrap up. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, as always, to my darling big sister, Tess Levitt, for her support. She helped to she helped with the inspiration for this podcast. You can listen to her on episode 9, The Big Heart Journey with Tess Levitt. Thank you to Sherwin Tegia. He does quirky events. He's on the podcast too, and he's the one who says it's always a good idea to fall in love. Thank you to my dearly departed aunt, Eileen Gunn, whose surprise and generous gift helped me to fund my podcast equipment. And thank you to you, dear listeners. I'm Erica J. Schmidt. You can find me on the interwebs, ericajschmidt.com, and on Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much to you, dear listeners. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening all the way to the end. I hope you sang along. And if you didn't, you can now sing along with the theme song. Okay, you ready? This is your strange and beautiful life. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jessica, all the way from Sydney, Australia. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And yeah, see you on the other side. Love you. Bye.
Bye.